Joining me now are Louisiana State Representatives Lauren Ventrella. She is a Republican. She co-authored the Ten Commandments bill. Also with us, Kyle Green. He is a Democrat who voted against that bill. Lauren and Kyle, thank you both very much for joining us. Lauren, I want to start with you.
Thank you for having me.
If your son or daughter had a Jewish or a Muslim teacher who chose to hang one of their own religious texts on a poster in their classroom right next to the Ten Commandments, would you have a problem with that?
Hey, thanks for having me tonight. It's a great night in Louisiana because I know tomorrow morning the Ten Commandments are going to be proudly displayed in the classroom. Look, this bill is not about a Muslim text or any other text. This bill is simply about the Ten Commandments. And that's what I don't have a problem with hanging in the classroom, and that's why I voted in favor of this bill.
Well, I know that it's not about anything other than the religious text that you subscribe to, but I'm wondering if this were done for any other religious text, one that perhaps a teacher said was another historical document, you know, a Muslim text, a Hindu text, would you have a problem with that?
I wouldn't have a problem with it, and I hope this lady answers it clearly. I would say no. Go ahead and put whatever text you want to right beside the Ten Commandments, because I know that that's more powerful. I know that that right there is what most of us actually follow. I know that that right there is what the country was built off of. Just answer the question. I would just answer the question real calmly. Cool. Like, you want to put it up there beside the Ten Commandments? For sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't care. I don't care. And let the kids ask questions. If they ask questions, then have answers ready to go. Have answers for these children. All right? And if you want to put that rainbow flag right beside it, that's your business. Y'all already got those in schools. But guess what? Now you got an issue with the Ten Commandments being right there. Okay. All
right. Thank you for your question. And again, you know, we could pose 1,000 hypotheticals, but the piece of legislation that was brought to the state of Louisiana was specifically regarding the Ten Commandments. You're giving me a scenario that can't be specifically addressed without knowing more of the details. I can only speak to the details regarding this specific bill that we enacted, that I am knowledgeable and educated about on this subject. This is the bill. This is the bill that the state of Louisiana wanted and we enacted with a resounding positive yes.
Well, look, I mean, it's a hypothetical, I guess, to you, but it's not a hypothetical to many parents, you know, who are not Christian.
And what if, I don't know, they start raising Cain off of the Bible that we swear on when we run for office. They don't want us to put that, we don't want to swear on that Bible anymore. We want to somewhat swear on the flag, swear on what? That's going to be an issue too? I mean, they act like the children's eyes are going to be burned out the back of their minds, out the back of their heads by saying the Ten Commandments. What danger will this do to anybody? And honestly, I don't care how many other religions you have inside of that public school. Here's what's important. This nation was built off of and founded off of God and God's values and principles, Christianity. All right. So if there are add-ons and add-ins, feel free. Feel free. We have been teaching people how to grow online. It's been absolutely amazing. We have 3 people who have been able to reach monetization in less than 30 days. Growing YouTube channels, some from 0 people. We have one guy who had 2 subscribers before he started working with me. He started helping him. His views went up 4.8 million%. We're super excited. If anybody ever want to grow on YouTube, you reach out to me with the word coach. If McDonald's want to start serving hummus, I ain't got no issue with it. If they got a vegan menu, go for it. Go for it. Like, if the audience is building and their palate is just a little different, feel free to add to it. But the one thing that remains true is that we were built off of this, and it should be displayed. And I don't see the issue. What I really don't understand is why so many liberals have such an issue with this. Why only the liberals? I will tell you why. It's because they're trying to scare people to believe that there's there's a term called Christian nationalists that they're trying to make a thing. And they're trying to run people away from conservatives and the conservative movement because they're trying to destroy you. They're trying to make you all Christians. I'd rather be turned into a Christian than, okay, never mind.
You have kids go to public schools in your state. That's the law that you voted for. Don't you have a responsibility to think about that scenario? If the legislature tomorrow decided to do the same thing for another faith, would you be okay with that?
So, look, if the legislature tomorrow, if somebody brought a bill to try to enact one of these other religious texts that you're mentioning, I would take the same consideration that I took with this text to look at in accordance with the Kennedy decision. As you know, the court recently overturned the Lemon decision, which Justice Scalia called a ghoul in a horror show at one point in time. So thank God we put that thing to bed. At the Kennedy decision, I would apply that same reasoning to make that decision. And the reasoning here under the Kennedy decision is we have to look at the historical context, the historical practices, and specifically speaking to the bill that we passed in the state of Louisiana,
Courtney.
I am confident and secure in my decision that I voted in favor of this bill and co-authored this legislation, that this legislation is in fact constitutional and will be supported by the state of Louisiana.
Bless you, young lady. I'm glad she's standing on business.
Kyle, the state of Louisiana, I mean, part of the reason this is happening is it's true. The state is overwhelmingly Christian. Do you think that outside of your colleagues and some we've had a teacher on last night, that there will be any blowback for all of this?
Are we really? Come on, bruh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The religious breakdown of Louisiana, you might as well say of the country. Let's say of the country is these same exact stats. Why are we causing such a stir if 75%, let me tell you something, if 75% of the children that are coming to my child's birthday party eat hot dogs, but the other 25% are vegan or vegetarians, that don't mean I'm not going to serve hot dogs. I'm still going to have something for them because I don't want to leave the babies out. The babies came to have a good time, get on the moon bounce and all this other stuff, and they came to celebrate my baby. But for the most of you, I'm going to have the hamburgers, hot dogs, I'm going to have cheese. I'm going to have everything that the average American eats. Period. The rest of you, I'm gonna have some next year. I'm gonna have some chips, some vegan chips, organic, some hummus fries. You know what I mean? Make some hummus fries on the grill. Some hummus burgers. You know, some vegan burgers for y'all. I have a couple of those for y'all. For the people that want to come and be, you know, you're vegan and you don't eat meat and you just don't come over here frowning upon it, because if you put your nose up and try to act like you're better, then just go ahead and leave. Take your gift bag and get the hell out of my house. Take you and your little spoiled child and get the hell out of my house. But if 75% of the kids that are coming to celebrate my child eat meat, they're going to eat meat. All right, let's go.
I think they will, Abby, and thank you for having me. So I was just made aware that the ACLU has actually filed suit against House Bill 71. And so what this bill seeks to do is to overturn the Stone v. Graham case, which was decided by the Supreme Court in 1980, which basically overruled what the state of Kentucky attempted to do in having the Ten Commandments posted in their classroom. And the reason why they basically shut Kentucky down was because it said that it had no legislative secular purpose, and it also was plainly religious in nature. And so in Louisiana, we know that this bill has no secular legislative purpose, and it is also plainly religious. And we know that because of what the debate that occurred both on the House floor and in committee, where the author indicated that this bill was brought on behalf of religious liberty. And the purpose of the bill was that our children should look up and see what God says is right and what he says is wrong. There's no other basis other than religion, and the fact that we have, you know, my colleagues I serve with are attempting to basically infuse religious indoctrination into our private schools.
How is this not religious indoctrination, Lauren?
How come you didn't question that guy about anything? Oh, because he's like-minded? Is because he's your backup? Because what? Why does it even matter? Yeah, I will say, yeah, this is religious. This is definitely religious. And this ain't no gotcha moment. And we're free to have religion. We are free to have religion. And if you want to add yours too, cool. That's up to you. But this nation was built off of this, man. I pledge allegiance to the flag. We say, I mean, it's come on, man. We say it. We used to say it every morning. We used to say it every morning. Like one special treat. I'm from Southeast DC, right? And lifelong Democrat. Vote blue no matter who. And every day, as a special treat, the classroom will pick, the teacher in the class will pick a special student to go to the main office and do the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning announcements, right? We used to be excited about that. And God is in it. Like, God is in it. We're not in there having church saying, you gotta get saved and all that other stuff. But but God is in it. So if God was in our morning ritual that we did in public schools every single day, what's the point of all of this? They're like, religion is in there, but what about that? She brought her back up. That ain't doing nothing.
I'm glad to see my friend Representative Green here with me. It's clearly not religious indoctrination, and I have to disagree with my colleague. The reason being, again, like I previously stated, and I did state in my debate on the House floor, look at the historical context of the document, the document itself. It's specifically written in its form that is maybe a bit confusing to some when they read it. It's in one of the old forms that's one of the original interpretations of the text. And the reason for that is to preserve the fundamental, the classic interpretation of this document. It's based off of our moral fiber in this country.
So I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you're saying here. Are you saying that
the country was built off of it, is what she's saying.
The 10 Commandments are the basis for the moral fiber of the country?
Yes.
On what basis are you saying that?
Yes. Yeah. So you specifically asked me, how would this not be religious indoctrination?
Right.
And
yeah.
the reason
it's a religious text.
It's
so what does that have to do with the founding of this country in terms of the moral? I mean, I don't even know what that means, the moral founding of this country.
Yeah, and thank you for your question. In Louisiana, we believe in faith, family, and freedom. And we believe that this country was founded on that. You can look at the walls of the Supreme Court. They even have a picture of the 10 Commandments. This is not something that's so preposterous to say that this country, that its original laws, look.
And every single president swears on a Bible to become the president. They swear on the Bible. Just say that. Just say that. Every single that when they become the president, they swear on the Bible. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's why people were having issues with President Barack Obama, saying, "Oh, he's Muslim. What's that about? What's that about? We never had this before. This is different." Now, them making an issue of it because it's different, ain't no issue with that. It's different. Like, this country was built off of the principles and values of God and Christianity. And that's why what am I missing? Every judge, every Supreme Court justice, come on now, what am I missing here? Why are they trying to play stupid on CNN? Why are they playing stupid on The View? It's because it benefits them to play stupid on these channels, on these platforms. It's like, oh, it's religion in it. It's indoctrinated. We need to get to it. We need to sue them. That's a failed lawsuit. What's the point? Watch, they about to cut her off, though.
Endowed by our Creator. I mean, that is something that is historical. No, it is important to this nation.
What does that have to do with
it's historical in nature. It's not religious.
To be honest, Lauren, I'm just trying to understand.
No, you're not.
You're trying to claim that this is secular. It's very clear that the Ten Commandments is religious. In fact, the governor, when he signed the bill, he made it about religion, about faith. So it is about faith at the end of the day. And you're going to have to defend that in court.
Because they're suing them. Because they are suing them for something as asinine as this. Because adults are back in the room. Adults see that our ship needs to be manned. Somebody left the ship. Like, where's the guy who's supposed to be driving the ship? Where is he? Have y'all seen the captain? Where is the captain? Either he's somewhere taking the number 2, or he hooking up with one of his ladies that's on the ship, or he down at the bar with everybody else. Where's the captain? That's what's happening in this country. So now the adults are making decisions. That's what adults do. That's why conservatives are going out of their way to make sure we write this. And I say we, but I'm still, and I'm be honest with y'all. In my mind, I'm a conservative because that's where I am mentally. In my heart, I'm still Democrat. I've been Democrat all my life. That don't change. So sometimes y'all will hear me taking up for people and believe that no, it's not that. It's still, I still have a heart for that ideology. I still have a heart for that ideology. But common sense wise, knowledge wise, principles wise, values wise, it's conservative. And this right here, they just trying to make sure that they continue to lead people down the wrong path, and they can care less about us, and they act like they can care about the children, but they don't. All they're trying to say is, aren't we supposed to keep religion out of schools? Aren't we? There's a lot of things we're supposed to keep out of schools, but guess what? As soon as somebody speak up about it, or as soon as somebody want to throw away the books that you all allow to go into the public schools that these children are not supposed to be reading, or the pictures that they're not supposed to be seeing at those ages, y'all call them the worst names in the book. Y'all act like they're witches because they want to burn the books. We want to burn the books. The books are not flags. The books are not American flags. The books aren't anything that mean anything to anyone. You guys wrote that and put those inside of the schools because strategically you're trying to turn people away from Christ. And we see it. We can see it. And the people in Louisiana, they made a decision because they are tired of the bull sugar honey iced tea. And so am I, to be honest with you. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. Like, I'm going to speak up about it.